Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Rainbow Demon, issue number 2. Wait a second. I misread that. That's Rainbow Brite, issue number 2. That's okay. I actually still like this. Also, for all you guys out there who are like, hey, reading Rainbow Brite. Yes, I'm reading Rainbow Brite. Problem with that? Go away. And especially for you absolute nerds who go something like, my favorite comment that I've ever read on here. I've gotten a lot of insults on YouTube, go figure. My favorite one that ever happened was on issue 1 in the comment section. Somebody's like, yeah, I was going to buy this, then I forgot that I was a man. You're not a man if you forget that you're a man, dude. I mean, it's a dangly. You can't miss it. It's supposed to be in your pants. It's supposed to be. Anyway, that's to say nothing about your so-called masculinity. So, writer, Jeremy Whitley. Artist, Brittany Williams. Colorist, Valentina Pinto. And letterer, Taylor Esposito. And cover A is done by Paulina Ganchuo, sorry. And cover B is by Classic Art. Or is Classic Art. I think that means that it is Classic Art. Anyway. Yeah, Jeremy Whitley, this is what I find interesting. Jeremy Whitley is actually the same dude who's writing for Unstoppable Wasp, which I love. So, yeah, this is kind of one of those perfect kind of books for this character. And I'm waiting because I'm reading this comic book and everything, every vibe that I'm getting off of this. Mind you, my sister used to play with these toys. I used to come by with my He-Man characters and beat up on these toys because He-Man, I'll take out a Rainbow Brite any day of the week. You know it's true. Don't deny it. So, I never actually knew the history of these characters. I know that there was a cartoon. I don't remember if it was just a movie or whatever. But anyway, apparently there's actually a serious history here. There's a whole bunch of characters, bad guys for them to fight. And they go around stealing colors from all over the world. And they're color guardians. In the next issue, we're going to find the last color guardian who hasn't been kidnapped by the Shadow King. So, like, I guess Professor X's arch enemy has come over. Amol Farouk. And what do you call it? The crossover sounds great, but not as great as I'm sitting here like all these color guardians and all these crazy things like that. Dude, I'm telling you, this is going to happen. The crossover of the century is going to be Rainbow Brite versus Green Lantern, or the Green Lantern Corps. I'm just saying, dude, it's going to be awesome. So she actually winds up getting her uniform in this one, and I expected her to, and they literally waited until the very last page to do that, which I guess is fine. But the whole time I'm a little bit like, dude, you're going to really annoy me if she doesn't get her stupid Rainbow Brite outfit at some point sooner or later, because not cool, man. Not cool. Also, I forgot to mention, I actually dated a girl who cosplayed as Rainbow Brite one year. It was kind of cool. Just saying, it was kind of cool. Yeah, that might also explain a particular love for this crazy comic book. Anyway, this was fun. I don't see what the big problem is. Saying this was a cute comic book, and her attitude was interesting. Like, she's a mean girl, and the funny thing is, the least believable thing about this entire comic book was that this little girl, Wisp, who would eventually become Rainbow Brite, she is, the biggest flaw she's got is that she's aware of all of her flaws. She's actually cognizant of them. I have never met a teenage girl or young girl, whatever, who is cognizant of any of her flaws, God forbid, all of them. I mean, she just went on a litany and just started spewing out all these different flaws. I'm like, nah, this isn't believable, man. The little guy Sprite, who's like, flying around, and he's like, he's got these color powers, and the big shadow dog, and the goblin dude who uses colors as fuel for his jetpack and stuff. All that stuff I could handle. I could believe that. But a little girl who acknowledges all of her faults took me right out of the comic book. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Hope your masculinity can handle it, Junior. Class dismissed.